it's a really stupid decision by my part, but I got to learn from it, and we got a tough game on Saturday I got to prepare for, so that's the next step.
How difficult was it to make the call to Coach Ferentz?
Of course it was difficult. It was a disappointing phone call. Obviously you felt like you have definitely let some people down. Definitely I apologize to, my family, of course, coaches, my teammates, because I'm sure they had to hear a lot from my decision. But it was a hard decision to call, Coach Wilson and Coach Ferentz, and let them know what happened. But they're standing by me. They're father figures in my life, so it's a good thing to have them in my life. So they handled it pretty well, and I just gotta learn from it.
That was, to be in that environment, night game, wide out. Me and Michael always talk about it, how one thing, we came out late. Me and him had to use the restroom, nervous, and we came out late and we saw just a sea of white, and just to see fans like that. It's definitely gets you a little jittery, but for that to be my first away Big Ten, I felt like that kind of set it off and got us used to it. So.
What do you tell guys that there's a lot of guys on this team that haven't had a true road game yet?
Yeah,
this is going to be it.
It's the same thing. It's a 100-yard field. It's nothing different than our field. We just go out there and play like us. Don't worry about the people. We never see those people again. They don't talk to us or anything. It's us playing against another team, and don't focus on their jerseys or what their jerseys say or how good they look. They're college kids just like us. So.
The last time.
To do, off week to get on that same page offensively in terms of you and James.
We're talking about some mistakes that we've made, but it's not like we're totally out of sync. We've all felt like we've been working really hard and doing pretty well during the season, and third down conversions has been pretty decent with me and Vandy and Cavante and Cotton and all that. So I think that we just worked on little detailed stuff as reading defenses, everything like that. We kind of really stayed in after. When we were running, sometimes me and Vandy would stay after and running some routes or something. Me, Vandy, Cavante would, and just little stuff like that. Just getting together and being together really helps.
The last time you guys were up at Spartan Stadium was one of the hardest hitting games I've seen, but then also had one of the greatest results in Iowa history, that last pass. What is your recollection of that game? Kind of similar surrounding to maybe Penn State.
Very physical game. My first play was crack to Micah's brother, and me and him just went head to head, and me being a freshman, not really ready for that type of game. It definitely woke me up, and any type of play like that, everybody's had a play like that for them, in their first time against a Big Ten opponent, but it's definitely that game. Definitely, we're going to look at that game a lot, and they're the same type of team. Very physical. They're going to pin their ears back and go. So, look at that film and really, study on these guys. They're very talented, very athletic.
When you play a big, tough, physical team like them, or yourselves for that matter, is it good to just get that first hit out of the way? Whether it's even if it's a blocking play, just to kind of wake you up, get going a little bit.
Always is. Every game. Every game you're going to be you have a little, butterflies, but once you get out there on the field and you have that first contact, it really all goes away. So it's always good to, try to go really hard in that first play and try to, make sure that they know that you're here to compete, and that's one big thing that we preach as receivers too. Even if it's a block, you make sure they know that you're going to be doing this the whole game. So.
Is it important? This is a team that's prided itself on intimidation, being the bullies of the Big Ten to some extent. Is it important to kind of establish that you're going to be there all game, no matter what?
Definitely, and we pride ourselves in being physical, and physical, smart team, and that's what we're known for. That's why I came here. Iowa's always been that type of team, and they know that, and we know that, and we know that they're a physical team too. So it's just who's going to be physical the whole game, and the best team who's going to be physical and smart the whole game is going to win the game. So.
We had Friday and Saturday off, and personally, I just took 2 days to get away and take it easy. I know. Try to catch up on my rest, catch up on treatments, get back to 100%, and also just take advantage of watching other games. We don't get that opportunity, so it was a good time to watch some other college football on Saturday. So.
Did you watch Michigan State, Indiana?
I did, yeah. I watched that game. I watched the LSU Florida game and a couple other ones. So.
What'd you think of Maxwell? When you saw him?
I mean, I think he's a good player. I think we need to generate some pressure on him because if he has time, he's going to stand back there and make plays. But I noticed if you get him a little bit frustrated, put pressure on him, he has a tendency to make some mistakes. I know. I watched the Ohio State game last week, and I noticed that Ohio State did a good job of getting pretty consistent pressure on him. So.
What about Le'Veon Bell? What makes him so tough?
He's a great player. I know. He's pretty much what you want in a complete back. He's fast, he's big, his ability to make you miss in the open field, and I know Michigan State, they're going to try to give him the ball as much as they possibly can, so we're just going to have to do our best to shut him down.
We've got a lot of Ohio kids. Do you know many of the kids on that team?
I know a few of them, actually. I know I played against Steve Gardiner, their linebacker in high school, and then I know I played in a couple All-Star games with the other ones, but so it's going to be interesting to see a couple of them when we play Saturday. So.
On the heels of that Minnesota game last week, Coach Parker talked about the D-line. He said the game's starting to slow down for you guys as a whole. Would you agree with that? You're nodding yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I mean, I think like we were a pretty young group when we first started, and I think now we really have. We all feel comfortable with the unit, and we can go out there and we have a cohesiveness, and I think it's definitely starting to show.